Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Rob1 Kenobi, and these are my WWE Extreme Rules 2016 predictions. Excuse me, of course, Extreme Rules 2016 is live this Sunday on the WWE Network, and I am looking forward to the show. It is pretty much a follow-up, the follow-up show to Payback, because 4 of these matches are basically rematches from Payback. One of them actually is the combination of 2 rematches from Payback. So I'm looking forward to the show. You know, like I say in the past, if like I've said before, if every match gets the right amount of time, no screwy finishes, you know, clean, proper finishes, then the matches can be good to great. And when you look at this card, like I said, 4 of the matches are rematches from Payback, but still, this is a pretty stacked card for the most part, and I'm just looking forward to enjoying the show. Let's start with the kickoff match, which is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a no disqualification match. I'm right off the bat, I'm going with Baron Corbin because I see no reason, and I said this in my Payback, you know, predictions video, I see no reason why Dolph Ziggler should get the win here. You know, one thing I hate is WWE's 50-50 booking. They gave Dolph Ziggler the win at Payback when he really didn't need it. You know, Baron Corbin's momentum was briefly derailed. He got his win back I forgot if it was the following night on Raw or the week after. But honestly, Baron Corbin needs to win this match. Honestly, if he doesn't win this match, that's freaking ridiculous. You know, that's another instance of why I hate WWE's 50-50 booking, but I'm going with Dolph Ziggler. I'm going with Baron Corbin, excuse me, to beat Dolph Ziggler. It should be a good match with the no disqualification stipulation added, but Baron Corbin needs this win. Ziggler really does not need a win. I mean, I honestly don't see him doing anything big, and this is no disrespect to Dolph, but I really feel like Baron Corbin would benefit more from this win, so I'm going with Corbin as my prediction. Moving on to the main card, we'll start off with a match that was just announced. As a matter of fact, it was announced during last night's SmackDown tapings. It is the Usos versus Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows in a Texas Tornado Tag Team match. This should be a really good match. You know, the feud with Roman in the Bloodline and AJ in the Club has been good for the most part. My only complaint is that we've seen, you know, the 6-man tag team match multiple times. The first time it happened, I thought that was really cool, and then they did it again on SmackDown, I believe, and then they did the elimination match. And honestly, doing it multiple times took away from the novelty of actually seeing Roman Reigns and the Usos battle AJ Styles in the Club. But, you know, like I said, the feud for the most part has been good. I'm expecting this to be a knockdown, drag-out fight because it's Texas Tornado Rules, which basically means both members of each tag team are going to be in the ring at the same time, so anything can happen. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Usos get the win, but they did beat Anderson and Gallows on Raw, so, you know, I'm predicting, even though this is 50-50 booking, I'm predicting that Anderson and Gallows will win. In my opinion, they need to win. Losing to the Usos, I wasn't a fan of, but I don't think that hurts their momentum. But to lose 2 straight to the Usos, yeah, that would hurt their momentum. So I'm going with Anderson and Gallows to win. This should be, like I said, a wild, you know, drag-down fight because it's Texas Tornado Rules. Should be a really good match. Looking forward to it. And like I said, I'm predicting Anderson and Gallows will walk out with the victory. Next, we have the Tag Team Championship match, the New Day defending against the Vaudevillains. Of course, the Vaudevillains got this shot after what happened at Payback with Enzo Amore suffering that unexpected concussion. And I don't know if I mentioned this in my Payback review, but the Vaudevillains were originally booked to win that match before Enzo suffered the concussion. So the Vaudevillains were awarded, I guess you can say, the #1 contendership to the Tag Team Championships. I'm expecting this to be a good match also. I know there are some that don't believe the Vaudevillains will win the Tag Team Championships, but I'm actually predicting that the Vaudevillains will win, mainly because I feel like they need this win. They've been doing fine so far on the main roster, but I feel like this win over the New Day would be the perfect way to establish them as the top heel tag team on the main roster. I feel like the Vaudevillains are a great I feel like they're the sorry, what's that word? Counterpart I feel like the Vaudevillains are the perfect, counterpart, so to speak, of the New Day. When you look at how the Vaudevillains are from a bygone era and the way that Aiden English sings the words WWE World Tag Team Championships as compared to Xavier when he does the little grind, and he says it in his manner. So I feel like the Vaudevillains are the perfect foil for the New Day. And I know a lot of people are saying that it would be, Enzo and Cass beating the New Day at SummerSlam is the logical thing to do, and that would be huge for Enzo and Cass, and it would, don't get me wrong. But with what unexpectedly happened and how the Vaudevillains have been playing off the fact that they took out Enzo Amore, I'm seeing it as that the Vaudevillains winning the championships would be the logical thing, because then at SummerSlam, you have the much anticipated meeting between the Vaudevillains and Enzo and Cass, and Enzo and Big Cass finally get that win and finally become the tag team champions, and what would be an awesome homecoming. So as far as this match goes, I'm predicting the Vaudevillains to win the tag team championships. Like I said, I think they're the perfect foil for the New Day, and I think it makes sense to have the Vaudevillains win the championships, even if they're champions for 3 months. Have them booked strong for the most part, and then at SummerSlam you do Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains for the championships, and Enzo and Cass get that big tag team championship victory, and they get one hell of a homecoming in Brooklyn. But my prediction is the Vaudevillains to become new tag team champions. Next, we have the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. The Miz with Maryse defending against Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. This should be a wild match from start to finish. This undoubtedly has the potential to be the match of the night. This should just be an awesome match. I've enjoyed the build to this match because, like I said, this is the one rematch from Payback. The one match from Payback that was 2 rematches ultimately combined. I like how they planted the seeds for this match at Payback during Miz and Cesaro's Intercontinental Championship match with Kevin Owens on commentary, and then Sami Zayn going after him, and Cesaro knocking both of them down, and then Miz able to roll up Cesaro with a handful of tights and retain the championship. So now Owens is determined to get the title back. Cesaro wants to win the championship, and Sami Zayn wants to stake his claim at the Intercontinental Championship. So I like the booking that's been done, especially on Raw when we had Owens and Zayn team up for the very first time in WWE, against Cesaro and Miz. I really like that whole strange bedfellows kind of a tag team match. I really think this is going to be the night Cesaro becomes the Intercontinental Champion. I'm really happy that he's finally getting the well-deserved push that he should have gotten back in 2014 after he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I really feel that this is going to be Cesaro's time. If Kevin Owens wins the championship a 3rd time, I won't have a problem with it, because it could help to enhance the feud between him and Zayn. But I really think that Cesaro, like my good friend Daniel Geiser said, I really feel like Cesaro, as the workhorse champion, could bring a lot of lineage and prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship. So my prediction is Cesaro to win. I know I predicted Cesaro at Payback, but I'm going with Cesaro again because I feel like that's the right move. Unless they want to keep the championship on Miz until SummerSlam, when he loses it to like Apollo Crews. And if I can just say one thing real quick, where's Apollo Crews been these past 2 weeks? I don't think I've seen him on either Raw or SmackDown. I hope WWE's not dropping the ball with him already. But getting back to this match, I'm picking Cesaro to win the Intercontinental Championship. And like I said, I think he'd be a great workhorse champion to bring more prestige and lineage back to the Intercontinental Championship. And we'll see the continuation of the Kevin Owens-Sami Zayn feud. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how everything plays out in this match. But like I said, I'm predicting Cesaro to win. Next, we have the first ever Asylum match between Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho. I'm looking forward to seeing how this match plays out. I want these guys to deliver in this match. The black steel cage that was lowered Monday night on Raw with like a leather strap, a straight jacket, a barbed wire 2x4. I really hope all those weapons, all those items come into play. Don't just tease that you're gonna have the barbed wire 2x4 there. Actually use it. Actually make something out of it. I'm looking forward to seeing, like I said, how this plays out. I hope Jericho and Ambrose, I'm sure they're going to deliver a really good match with this Asylum stipulation, which is basically a steel cage match with weapons atop. But I feel like this will be better than their I almost said Battleground for some reason, because they're stepping onto a Battleground, so to speak, in the Asylum. But I'm predicting Dean Ambrose to win again. I'm predicting this match will be better than the Payback match. Ambrose just really needs another big win, and going 2 straight over Jericho on pay-per-view would be awesome. I really hope this is not a case of they give Jericho the win and then at Money in the Bank, they have a blow-off match. You know, what I would like to see is Ambrose win the Asylum match and then Jericho savagely beat him down. And then if you want to continue the feud one more time, you can do it. If you want to continue the feud once more, it can culminate at Money in the Bank in like in the ladder match. You can have Jericho and Ambrose go at it. Ambrose costs Jericho a chance to win the match. And then I guess one more match at Battleground, and that's the end of the feud. But really, I hope that after this feud with Jericho, Ambrose gets elevated to the main event spot, and he gets his shot to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You know, the feud has been good since Payback with, you know, the Ambrose Asylum being canceled, the highlight reel returning, Jericho smashing Mitch the Plant over Ambrose's head, Ambrose retaliating by destroying Jericho's $25,000 jacket, not $15,000 jacket. So it's been good, and I think this Asylum match is perfect. You know, a straight jacket match or a street fight would have also been a perfect stipulation, but for the most part, I feel like this Asylum match, because it's Ambrose's specialty, you know, the whole Ambrose Asylum thing, I think it's perfect, and I think it's the perfect fit for this feud, so I predict Dean Ambrose to win. Like I said, he does not, Jericho does not need to win any more matches on pay-per-view. You know, he's already an established Hall of Famer. I feel like Ambrose really needs this win to keep his momentum going following the match at Payback and to further elevate him to the main event spot. So my pick is Ambrose. Next, we have the United States Championship match. Kalisto defending against Rusev with Lana in his corner. I'm looking forward to this match also. Like I said, guys, I'm just looking forward to this pay-per-view in general. When you look at the card, all the matches have the opportunity to deliver if given the right amount of time, and there's no screwy finishes unless they're logical, I guess. This should be a good big man, little man match. I love Kalisto. I think he's been a good United States champion for the most part, but I feel like his reign's gonna come to an end Sunday to Rusev, and I want to see Rusev become United States champion. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is the fact that when John Cena returns on Memorial Day, he's gonna end up beating Rusev for the championship again. So my prediction is Rusev to win. You know, I liked what they did on Raw with Rusev, you know, violently manhandling Singata, and Kalisto actually seeing that assault on the Titantron, and then Rusev dragging Singata's limp body on the out to the ring and causing a distraction, which allowed Alberto Del Rio to beat Kalisto in their match. And I found it funny that, you know, the 2 former League of Nations brothers were actually helped each other, even if it was unintentional. And then Rusev, the way that he did the accolade, bending, you know, pulling back on Kalisto's body because of how short Kalisto is, that was crazy. And if he gets him in the accolade like that come Sunday, he is going to make Kalisto tap out. That is for sure. So my prediction is Rusev to win. You know, I like that they've gone back to repackaging him as the Bulgarian Brute, even though he's wearing the colors of Russia on the side of his bike shorts. My prediction is Rusev to win. I want to see him win, but we all know that he's gonna drop it to John Cena 2 weeks later. I mean, that's gonna suck because Rusev's little downfall started when he lost to Cena because he was never able to recover. He's regained some momentum since as the Bulgarian Brute, or being repackaged as Bulgarian Brute with Lana in his corner. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to when he goes up against Cena and drops the title to Cena. So my pick is Rusev to win the United States Championship. I'm rooting for Rusev because, like I said, I love Kalisto. But I'm not looking forward to when Cena returns and takes the title from Rusev. And that's another video for another day. Next, we have the Women's Championship submission match. Charlotte defending against Natalya. And, of course, the 2 added stipulations are, 1, Ric Flair is banned from ringside, and 2, if he even makes his way down the ramp, Charlotte will immediately be stripped of the Women's Championship. or she'll forfeit the women's championship, I believe. Either way, storyline wise, it appears the odds are finally in Natty's favor, but when it comes down to it, I don't see her beating Charlotte. I don't see her beating Charlotte for the women's championship. I got a feeling that, you know, Charles Robinson, because of the screw job finish at Payback, he's going to somehow get involved and he's going to screw Natty over again. Charlotte's going to somehow pull off the win. I am looking forward to this women's submission match. I hope we get to see a figure 8 on the announce table, or a sharpshooter on the announce table, or figure 4 around the ring post or something. I really hope, you know, I thought Charlotte and Natalya had a really good wrestling match, really good women's wrestling match at Payback. I'm just hoping that they have an even better women's submission match at Extreme Rules. You know, I'm really looking forward to this match, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends. And like I said, guys, I don't believe Natalya is going to win, because of course they're going to have Charlotte hold on to that championship until she battles Sasha Banks at SummerSlam. And in that match, I can see Charles Robinson getting involved and trying to screw Sasha over. I got a feeling that we're either going to get a screwy finish thanks to Charles Robinson, or we might actually get a clean finish. So I'm interested in seeing what happens, you know. And I know I've said I'm looking forward to this and that, and I said I'm interested in seeing what happens with this match and that match. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but my prediction is Charlotte to retain the women's championship, but this should be a really good women's submission match. I really don't even recall the last time there was a women's submission match. I mean, closest thing I remember was, because I don't watch a lot of TNA, was Beth Phoenix and Melina in a women's I Quit match at Extreme Rules One Night Stand 2008. But other than that, I'm looking forward to this match with Charlotte and Natty. I love Natalya, but I honestly don't think they're going to give her the championship. If they do, I'm going to be really surprised. But in my opinion, my prediction is Charlotte to retain the championship. And finally, guys, we get to the main event. An Extreme Rules match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Roman Reigns, the guy, versus AJ Styles. Their Payback match, of course, was really good. Despite those 2 false finishes, I was not a fan of those. The build since Payback has been good, with AJ Styles trying to do the right thing and Roman Reigns showing a little more of a mean streak, especially after his family has been attacked. You know, the Usos have been attacked multiple times by Gallows and Anderson. The moment when that ending to Raw that one week when AJ used the chair on the Usos, and then Roman speared him and powerbombed him through the announce table, that really showed a mean streak in Roman. And Roman was actually getting cheers, I believe, from the crowd. I believe it was that night, or it was the night when the night he was getting cheers was the night when he and AJ were doing that thing with the chair, and AJ kicked the chair to Roman, and he went for the phenomenal forearm. The build has been good. I know in the Payback match, in my Payback review, I said I was not looking forward to this match simply because I didn't see AJ win. I would love to see AJ walk out as champion, but I honestly do see Roman Reigns retaining the championship. Now, what I was saying earlier about the Usos and Anderson and Gallows, was what I would have done for Extreme Rules was I would have had the main event be a 6-man tag team Extreme Rules match for the championship. If Roman Reigns or one of the Usos pin any member of the club, then Roman retains the championship. But if AJ, Gallows, or Anderson managed to pin Roman, they would win the championship. That would have added a little intrigue to the rematch, so to speak, because Anderson and Gallows have a chance to become champion. So then you could have started teasing or hinting at them eventually betraying AJ and aligning themselves with Balor, you know, when Finn Balor eventually comes to the main roster. But yeah, I still think it's going to be an awesome match because it has the Extreme Rules stipulation. I just know that AJ's not going to win the championship, and I don't want to say it negatively because I love AJ Styles, but I would just love to see AJ become the champion Sunday night, because the Lex Man brought up a great point. After Roman beats AJ, once their feud is over with, who's Roman going to feud with for Money in the Bank and Battleground going into SummerSlam? Seth Rollins is, of course, rumored to return on June 6th. So they'll probably do Roman and Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank, although I would save that for SummerSlam, especially if you're going to throw Ambrose into the mix and you want to do the Shield triple threat we've been longing for quite some time. I mean, if AJ wins the championship, and then he has to drop it back to Roman at Money in the Bank, that's ridiculous. That was completely pointless. So yeah, I mean, that's the only one thing I'm not looking forward to in this match is the fact that Roman's going to retain. I mean, I'm hoping, I would love to see AJ Styles win the championship. My fingers are crossed that he actually beats Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules. But knowing WWE, they're going to go with their guy, the guy, not a bad guy, not a good guy, you know. They're going to go with Roman Reigns, and they're going to have him retain the championship. And then I guess they're going to do one more match between Roman and AJ at Money in the Bank, which is ridiculous. Like, do something else. Maybe have a Money in the Bank heavyweight champion. You know what, actually? If Roman retains, which he'll most likely do Sunday, the perfect thing, the feud I love to see Roman in next for Money in the Bank is him versus Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. They can continue the Zayn and Owens feud by having them somehow win the number one. Cause like I don't know how, maybe do a battle royal or something, and they both eliminate each other, and then they have a match the next week on Raw, and it ends in a no contest or a double count or something, where they can't seem to beat one another, like they're evenly matched, and then eventually they get the number. They're both declared number one contender, and we get a triple threat match, which I'd be down for a ladder match if they want to do that at Money in the Bank. Roman versus Zayn versus Owens, and that'll keep the Zayn and Owens feud going. And then Roman would retain there, and then Owens and Zayn can have another match at Battleground, and then culminate their feud at SummerSlam. And I know I'm talking about a completely different match because I can make a whole separate video about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And there's one very unique idea I had based on what happened on Raw, but I'll say that for a separate video. So with that said, guys, my prediction is Roman Reigns to retain the championship, but I will be rooting for AJ Styles. I've said before I am a Roman Reigns fan, but I would like to see AJ Styles win the championship because I'd be interested in seeing where WWE goes from there. But they're going to most likely have Roman retain, and I would really not want to see a Money in the Bank rematch between them. For the championship, a ladder match, I would not want to see. So my prediction, guys, is Roman Reigns to retain the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Gallows, Anderson, and the Usos are going to get involved somehow. I don't expect Balor to debut on this pay-per-view. I really don't see what the logic would be in him debuting. I could see that like Money in the Bank or Battleground to build up to a match at SummerSlam, but I really don't see Balor debuting. At Payback, it would have made more sense because he could have declared his candidacy for the championship. But here in Extreme Rules, I just don't see it happening. It may, but I don't. So to wrap this video up, guys, my prediction is Roman Reigns to retain the championship, but I will be rooting for AJ Styles. You never know. Maybe they'll swerve us and AJ will win the championship, but you never know. So we'll see what happens. Come Sunday, we'll see how the card plays out. And those are my predictions, guys, for Extreme Rules 2016. Once again, to recap, my predictions are Baron Corbin, Anderson and Gallows, the Vaudevillains to become the tag team champions, Cesaro to win the Intercontinental Championship, Ambrose to win the Asylum match, Rusev to become United States Champion, Charlotte to retain her Women's Championship, and Roman Reigns to retain his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So again, as always, guys, thank you for watching and listening. Leave your comments and predictions down below. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. And I will see you guys either Sunday or Monday with my Extreme Rules 2016 review. I also have a review. I also have a review coming up for episode 3 of Camp WWE. I still need to watch it, but I will get that review out to you as soon as I can. Thanks as always, guys, for watching and listening. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi signing off. Have a good day and enjoy the rest of your week. And enjoy Extreme Rules on Sunday.